So we're depending on you. And if this is, you guys are the best of the best. It's really inspiring for me, and it's very important that you guys, use us in terms of information. We have a lot of information. The mayor's got a lot of information. I got a lot of information. Other people have a lot of information. You got to extract that from us. I would say, how can young people engage themselves with state government? This is just what you're doing right now. You're engaging yourself with state government by inviting me here.
If you're on the beach and you are drowning, and you're on the beach and you were drowning, and you needed someone to make a three-pointer to save your life, and it was MJ or LeBron.
Hello, everybody. My name is Park,
And I'm Cole,
I'm Raven.
And I'm Romeo.
and this is Guided Grace Teen Talk.
and I would like to welcome you to Season 2, Episode 1 of Guided Grace Family and Youth Services Teen Talk, where we don't just talk about it, we use our voice to navigate change in our state.
Hi, my name is Park, and before we get started, let me first begin by mentioning that this podcast series is made possible with grant funds secured through MyLeap in partnership with MASP and the City of Saginaw ARPA funds.
Guided Grace Family and Youth Services is an organization that was founded by visionaries Sylvester and Nicole Liggins, who knew we needed a different approach for therapy and treatment services for youth and families. So, in 2020, during the pandemic, they opened Guided Grace Family and Youth Services.
Some things we do here in this program that support youth and prepare them for their future. There is a mindfulness and enrichment camp for K through 8th graders and life skill program for 9th through 12th graders, which is what we are. There are opportunities for community involvement, activism, interaction with the community, government leaders, and lawmakers that are a lot of things we cover in life skills that we will talk about in future podcasts.
Each episode, we will have opportunities for those who are watching that are struggling with mental health and challenges to email us and questions anonymously. We will answer them the best way we can. We want you to know you have a tribe that cares.
Now, for today's episode, we have State Representative Amos O'Neill here in the building today, so hopefully we can ask him questions about the state of our local and state government and express our concerns about the need for continued funding for programs like the ones that support this podcast.
State Representative Amos O'Neill was born and raised in Saginaw. He attended Saginaw Public Schools and graduated with a business degree from Northwood University. O'Neill raised his 3 daughters in Saginaw with his late wife, Sherry, who was a public school teacher. When O'Neill isn't working for People of Michigan, he enjoys duck hunting, fishing, and spending time with his grandkids. Representative Amos O'Neill is serving his 3rd term representing the 94th House District. The district encompasses Bridgeport Township, Buena Vista, Charter Township, Carlton Township, Saginaw City, Saginaw Township, and Spalding Township. O'Neill relentlessly works for criminal justice reform and supporting Michigan's workforce, from our unions to our trade workers.
Now we will get into some questions.
Let's do it.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Doing good.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. We
Thank you.
appreciate you being here.
All right, so our first question is, what inspired you to enter public service and eventually run for state representative?
What inspired me to run for public service? I started out, my first job was on the Parks and Recreation on Holden School. And I was a young kid, probably 15, 16-year-old. And, I learned from my brothers. I had 4 brothers. We all played sports. So I always learned in how important discipline was and to follow through and to complete an assignment because they were very competitive. And I was the youngest of the boys. So I always had to prove myself to my brothers.
I fully understand.
And so, working on the playground, I just learned, again, expanded responsibility in terms of, following through, never quit, finish the job. And so I just learned to apply myself. And, I watched my mom too. My mom raised 7 of us. And I always saw my mom serving our relatives. We would have relatives coming from the south to our house. Most cases, they stayed at our house. So it was 7 in our family. So we all had a full house. But my mom, and we didn't have much, but what we had, we shared. And I saw my mom do that over and over and over and again. I was the youngest boy, so I saw it. And so it inspired me. And so I just started, to help and give. I started working in the neighborhoods, cutting grass and raking leaves and shoveling snow for my neighbors as a young kid in elementary. But your reputation follows you until you get to be older, because people look at your whole pedigree starting from elementary school to middle school to high school and to an adult. So nobody's perfect. You're not perfect, but try your best to be a person of your word. If you have to make a mistake, own your mistake. If you have to apologize for a mistake, apologize. It's okay to do that. Okay, and just be a person of your word. And that really carries you so far in life beyond education.
So you think growing up, like seeing your mom do all them things for you, inspired you to be the way you are now?
It did. It really inspired me to serve. I've had a lot of jobs in my career, and always gravitated back to service. So from working in Saginaw Public Schools, from working at the Interleague Shelter for Runaway Kids, from working at First Ward Community Center, from working, helping, you talked about returning citizens and corrections, running halfway houses where people, they get out of prison, they come to this facility, and we help them transition back into their families, into the community. Those are the kind of jobs that I love doing, and because it's a part of you that gives back to other people. And one thing I would always tell my staff, and I learned this from my grandfather, it's really hard to ask for help. That's one of the most humbling things that you can do when you ask for help. And we, growing up in a family of seven, my mom, she asked for help a lot. My grandfather was there, etc. But I would always say the little dignity that people come to you asking for help have with them when they come, leave it intact. What does that mean? That means don't be rude, don't be, disrespectful to them, don't be humiliating to them, because they're coming to you at their lowest point and they're asking you for help. So
I like that answer.
I like that too.
I love
Thank you.
it.
Thank you so much. For our next question, are you aware that out of the school time programs like this one may not be funded in the future? And what are your thoughts about that?
yes. Well, I'll have to go back when 2 budgets ago, the Out of School Time project was brought to my attention, and it was very easy for me to support it because I understand the importance of organizations like this, Boys and Girls Clubs and, the YMCA and all those programs. It was very easy for me because I also worked at United Way, and United Way is an organization that raised money for all those programs. So I saw it firsthand. Very easy. So I say yes, I did. So we, on the first go round, I think we got about 50 million, somewhere around in that range. And that money was dispersed to different organizations, this is being one. And so the second go round, we did the same thing. Now this time, we have in the House of Representatives, there's 110 representatives. Now, I'm a Democrat, and my other colleagues on the other side that has the majority votes of 58 to 54. Is that right? 58, 54, yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. So that means they have control over the House,
That's true.
okay? And so you gotta really work on both sides of the aisle to persuade my colleagues that this is the right thing to do. And that's what I've been doing even in this budget. And so I think we'll get some funds for it. I don't know how much it's going to be based on the budgets that's going to be looked at in every category. They're looking at budgets to cut money for road funding. Okay, but our position on the Democratic side is we want road funding, but not at the expense of programs and organizations like this. So we can do a gradual phase in of road funding and not just a lump sum of like $2 to $3 billion. It's their focus on getting those dollars for road funding. So I'm committed to out of school time programs and organizations that like this one, that because of that, you guys are here, and you guys are our future. And so it's very easy for me to support and invest in you because I know how important it is. Me being a young kid at one time growing up like you, having that support is just transformational. So
Mhm.
I'm going to work hard
Mhm.
to make sure we get the funding.
Thank you.
Okay.
When it's a short number like that, does it happen like that a lot? You said like the number was 54. Like it does it happen like that a lot when they split it up? Like when they split it up, like the numbers, does it
Yes.
happen
So
like that
what
a lot?
happens? You guys are what, 15, 16,
Yes.
Yeah.
17? Okay. So we did pass a law that at age 16, uh, you could register to vote, but you
Wow.
can't vote until you get 18.
Right.
Mm.
Okay, so that was something that came from talking to youth. You guys made that suggestion, so we got a bill passed. So, with your ability to vote, it's very important that you do research on individuals that, whether it's city council, whether it's county commissioner, whether it's school board, state rep, senate, etc. Because you want individuals that support your upward mobility, or organizations and programs like this that you guys are benefactors of.
right? And try to implement legislation and policy that will support you, to be better.
Yes.
Circling back to the budget for cost, are you saying that money was allocated by the House or not?
Well, probably 3 months ago, when I say we all the representatives had an opportunity to put in requests for their districts. And there were some supporters of out of school time who all come to our office and talk to us about supporting the package. And so when it happened, when we were in control, we took the legislation and, we had our committee hearings and we talked to the leadership about it. And the leadership supported our agenda, meaning we had control. So right now, it's different. The leadership on the other side is not so in tune to supporting programs like this. And when you say what's important to you, then 9 times out of 10, many adults can share some valuable information relative to what you're interested in to help you along. Okay, so that's called transferring information and sharing wealth or legacy, because our forefathers, like our grandparents and your great grandparents, your great great grandparents you never met. Something about the bloodline. You heard about the DNA. You know what DNA is?
Yes.
Okay. So historically, our ancestors suffered 400 plus years, right? But our lives didn't start in slavery. Our lives started as kings and queens in Africa, being the greatest mathematicians, the greatest architects. The history, they're trying to erase history now, so we don't learn that.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a whole history that really could help us identify with who we are.
Yeah.
Okay, and so back to DNA, it's in our DNA to be successful. It's in our DNA to be great. It's in our DNA to be conquerors. It's in our DNA to be overcomers, because our forefathers did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so but a lot of kids don't know that. So they think we started as slavery. We didn't start as slavery. That was a lot of control, if you will, in terms of using Black, African, and Haiti and brown people to build this country. We built this country, and now we're actually the majority. So we talk about numbers. So when people lose control, that they've had control for centuries, they get nervous.
How
And
can
they'll
the
do
state
things like we're
government
seeing now
improve
in the national
engagement
media,
with
right?
young people?
So that's a quick crash course on who we are, where we came from, and what's in us, and why we're able to overcome so many things. I would say, how can young people engage themselves with state government? This is what you're doing right now. You're engaging yourself with state government by inviting me here, right? And so you got a platform, right? And you can invite any state legislator to this platform and ask certain questions. But also I'm sure you've been you guys have been to Lansing, some of you, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. But also learning how does state government work. For example, how do you start to make legislation? So we have manuals for that. We have books that give you step by step. So learning the process. How many elected representatives are in Lansing? How many senators are in Lansing, right? And then, what's the process for getting legislation signed? There are different. How many branches of government are there? All right, that's good. All right, and
Yes.
so each one has their own separate role. So knowing how it works, that's the first step in learning, how to connect with state government. And see, that's one thing that a lot of people expect us not to know is the process of certain things. When you're educated and informed, you're powerful.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
That's true.
You know how things work and how they should work. So that's where your research comes in. Learning, digging in. We have spare time, to your point. You can do research and study stuff instead of, you do it. I'm being real.
That's true.
Serious. Take a break and study for your purpose, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
So, what ways have you advocated for programs like ours?
Say that again.
What ways have you advocated for programs like ours?
Oh boy, I meet with a lot of people every day when I'm in Lansing. And for example, the folks who were the lobbyists and the stakeholders who were part of the Out of School Time program, what I did for that is it made sure they talked to the right people that helped support what we supported before, right? And then visiting locations throughout the state of Michigan and our area where programs and kids are benefactors. Just yesterday, I was at Holy Cross. Holy Cross is a program on Washington, right? So they invited me. I went. I said I want to come. And so a lot of kids who are homeless, right, and don't have families. They're foster kids. They've been in foster care and been out of foster care. And so that's a place where it's a transitional place. So I spent some time there. Talked to the young man who had a garden. Talked to the young lady who had some trouble. She got back on track. She's getting ready to get married. And so going and talking and engaging with young people like yourself, taking the time. A lot of times people say, well, you don't have time for this. You do what's important. You take time for what's important. And that's for every legislator. Okay? You take time for what's important. That's why it's important you study people and find out a little bit about them, what they stand for, right? You guys are important. So when I was running late, but I knew I was coming, I said, Ms. Liggins, give me 15 minutes. You guys are important. I wouldn't have missed it. I didn't. When I was invited to the program, Holy Cross, I said I wasn't going to miss it. And so, this is a part of me. What I'm doing is a part of me. Okay, it's not something that I have to wake up in the morning and say, okay, I want you to be fake today and do this, be fake today and do that. A lot of people do that. But when I wake up every day and I have my assignments where I'm going to go, I'm going because it's in my heart to do it. Because I believe in it. Because I believe I can make a difference. Right? And so that's a personal commitment. And that's where finding your niche. Find out what you love to do. And that's the best job, per se, that you'll ever have in your life.
Yeah.
Like the Liggins. They're the best at what they do. I know they love what they're doing. Because they're good at it. You see this? Who has a podcast? Who has it? This is my first one. Seeing. We got a professional set, everything. They love what they do. So that's the start. And I know you guys, again, going back to the DNA. In our DNA, we're great people. And so what happens when we're connected with your history, we have an identity crisis. We don't know who we are. And what's happening with some of our young kids now, they don't know who they are. They're out there doing things that are contradictory to who they are in their DNA. If they knew who they were, how powerful they were, they wouldn't do the things they do. That's where we come in. We got to help you. Identify your strengths and how powerful you are. And another thing I'll tell you, now let's stop, but society as a whole knows how powerful we are as black people. They know it. Everything we do, we dominate. Think about that. Everything we do, we dominate. We're the best at it.
Yeah, I agree.
We're the totally best. So that's threatening to a lot of people. It is. But you got to know who you are. You got to know that you're built for greatness. You got to know that it's in your DNA to be more than a conqueror, that you can accomplish anything, tough, road, high, water, all those things that come to try to stop you, you're built to go through it. And that's where support comes in. You know? Really, you can do it. You can do it. I grew up, the mayor and I grew up in the same area neighborhood. And I mean, I didn't know we was poor till people say, well, we were poor, but we were rich. No, I say that, I'm saying it serious. We didn't have a lot. My mom, raised us, but we were rich. We never went to jail. There was 7 of them. Am I right, Mayor? And we had all the stuff all your stuff you have in your community. We had it in theater, but different levels. We didn't have a lot of guns. When we had a fight on the neighborhood playground, we would fight. We would look through it. We would make up, and we started playing basketball or football or whatever we were doing, and that was it. Right? Totally different. But we had a family. We had a community. That believed in us and would talk to us and say, hey, son, hey, honey, that's not, what you're doing is wrong. And we would listen.
Right.
Always respect your elders.
Always.
Always respect your elders. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wait, one quick question before you
Yeah.
leave. Big thing about me. Who do you think is better, LeBron or MJ?
I saw that on the question. I said, wow. Listen, hey, I'll tell you this.
Think about it.
Think hard.
They're both great athletes.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say one's better than the other because they came at different times, right? MJ came before LeBron, and he was great at it, and so LeBron came after MJ.
True.
He was great at it. So they're both great athletes in person. So that's what I would say.
It's not.
That's what I said.
Or who do you think was more successful? How about that?
Yes.
Who do you think is more successful?
Well, they're both successful.
Come
Okay, I'll do this.
So dominating.
MJ led the way for LeBron.
Thank
So I would put some credence on the trailblazer, right? And that really goes back to like our ancestry, our forefathers. They're the greatest.
Yeah.
So and I say this to say, because of what they did in the DNA and the perseverance that they've shown, we can do it. So in that sense, I would say MJ.
Yeah, we knew it.
Okay.
We knew it.
Okay. MJ. Okay.
I actually think you did a good job of answering the question. So I was going to reframe the question a little bit. And so the question I was going to ask is, if you're on the beach and you were drowning.
What?
If I'm on the beach?
You're on the beach and you were drowning and you needed someone to make a three-pointer to save your life, and it was MJ or LeBron.
Andre Iguodala.
Who would you want to shoot the three-pointer to save?
MJ.
Okay, there we go.
MJ.
Okay.
Oh, LeBron.
All right.
MJ, I'll go with MJ on the three-pointer.
All right.
Yes. So
All right.
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
LeBron is
It's
very good.
MJ.
LeBron's like making it with his eyes closed.
No,
Blind
he's
closed.
not.
Thank you so much for coming. We have a little gift for you.
We do.
Oh yeah.
You guys are great, man.
It's our beautiful stuff.
Wow.
Yes. We hope you enjoy it.
Kid.
Wow. Nice bag. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
So I wanted
appreciate
to
it.
I wanted to just preface this. Last year, as you know, you were there for these young focused leaders who opened up beautiful. If you turn that canvas around, that canvas bag that you're holding, you turn that around, you'll see that says beautiful.
Yes.
And that
Oh,
is
yes, I
that
remember
is
that.
their business that they launched
I remember
1
that.
year ago.
Yes.
And so, yes, they are still in it with their beautiful brand.
Yeah.
And we even have another teen on the panel who is launching her own brand next week. And so the entrepreneurship lives. And it's stuff like this that is just a catapult and a catalyst for dreams to start coming to fruition. And so we thank you for your continued support, Representative O'Neill. You have been a staple in this community, and we could not do things like this without your continued support. And thank you for supporting 32N the way you have just feverishly done such a great job doing. So thank you for
My honor.
continuously
Thank you so
being a
much.
supporter.
Guys,
appreciate
all right.
it.
We
Thank you.
appreciate
Cool.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you for joining us today.
My honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Let's give him a hand. Woo, good job. Woo. Roland Martin, look out, baby. Y'all know Roland Martin?
All right, so now we're going to talk about our HBCU Atlanta trip coming from Park.
On June 16th through 20th, Guided Grace FYS was privileged enough to charter a bus and take 13 youth on a HBCU tour. We toured Spelman, Morehouse, Clark Atlanta University, and Morris Brown College. In addition, we visited the birthplace of MLK and Ebenezer Baptist Church. We went to Cascade Skate Center, where the movie ATL was filmed, Lenox Square Mall, visited the Georgia Aquarium, and rounded our visit off with the iconic Six Flags Over Georgia. It was an amazing experience for our youth in our program.
So Raven, tell us what you thought about the trip.
I enjoyed it. I actually really liked it. I think a lot of things were outside. I like that a lot of campus has a lot of outdoorsy stuff. Like college is way different from high school, and I think they made that a big point. Like we're
Right.
still high schoolers, we got to see the clear difference between the two, and I really enjoyed that. Park, how did you enjoy the Cascade Skinner?
Ooh, I feel like this one's targeted. I enjoyed the Cascade Center. You know, I've skated before, but I can't skate.
How was that training thingy?
How was that?
The walker was great until I lost the walker and I actually had to skate. So that part was not very fun, but this experience was overall great. You know, we got to spend time with each other, and that's really all that mattered. So that was cool.
I really enjoyed that too.
I didn't enjoy it, but I fell a bunch of times. Wasn't
Gotta
very
keep
fun.
trying. You started
No.
skating though.
You did.
Me and Park are like the most athletic ones here, but
But couldn't skate.
we can't be the best at
Couldn't
everything.
Couldn't skate.
We can't be the best at
I'm gonna
everything.
just stick to basketball.
Can't be the best at everything.
So what was the best moment when we went to Atlanta? Like what was that for you?
I would say the sights of Martin Luther King.
Really?
Yeah.
I enjoyed them too.
Yeah. I was very surprised about his mom dying in the church.
That was so unfortunate and crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Then we were sitting right there.
so
Right
yeah,
there.
there,
We
right.
actually got to experience all of it. Like we was talking about earlier, the MLK house. We actually got to see his house.
Yes,
Where
that
he
was
grew up
crazy.
in. That was crazy.
And then all the modern houses on the other side, like
Right.
that we saw the clear difference between how they used to live and how we used to live. It was a great experience for me. to
It
see
was.
that.
Great.
Great experience.
Okay, guys, the Atlanta trip was amazing. So, what are your plans for summer now? Oh, what are your plans for summer now?
I have college invites
Cool.
in AU, so definitely that. I have a San Diego. I have to go to San Diego State coming up in August, so that's gonna be fun.
Is it a visit or just camp?
It's a camp,
Camp.
but I'm getting recruited, so it's gonna be very fun. But yeah, I also have AAU going on. I have a tournament this weekend, Thursday through Saturday, so that should go well. And then next week I also have a tournament. So this summer is very stacked.
That's amazing. Cole, what about you?
Summer is stacked. Even though my soccer season ended about 3 weeks ago,
Are you sad?
I am quite sad. We lost in regionals
It's
by
okay.
like 1 goal in St. Louis. Pretty sad, but I got some camps coming up. Got to go down to Oakland and I think Bowling Green in Western Michigan to do some camps.
That's
Hopefully I
nice.
do good, get recruited, and just doing what I like most, soccer. What about you?
Oh, I'm just at work, guys. Just a working
Get
girl.
the money.
Just a working girl. I'm just a worker. That's really all I have planned. I'm getting ready for senior year. I'm a big senior this year.
Ooh,
Yeah.
three of us are seniors
Three of
here.
us, how do we
Yeah.
feel about
Yeah,
that?
I'm the only junior.
It's okay, Romeo. It's okay. It's
You'll
okay.
get there.
Okay, back to the trip real quick. What did you think about HBCUs as a general?
I really like them, to be honest. You know,
Would you
maybe
think about
get a
going to
different-
one?
I would think about going to one.
Would you?
I would eventually. You know, it made my viewpoint different on.
Oh,
Like-
my bad. But our little tour, he played soccer too.
Yeah,
He
our tour at
did.
Morehouse. No, it wasn't Morehouse. It was
Yeah, it was
Morehouse.
Morehouse.
It was Morehouse. He toured us. He had a full ride to LSU and a bunch of other, I think some other D1 soccer. But he tore his ACL and his like meniscus and a bunch of other stuff in his knee,
Wow.
so he couldn't
Couldn't
do
play
it.
soccer.
But his friends kept telling him to go to Morehouse, the HBCU, and so that's what he did. He found out he liked it, and you know, it was just all fun from there.
So, Park, would you consider going to HBCU after you saw a bunch of colleges? That are like that?
Definitely. I felt like I also went to some previous in my school year with Mr. Johnson.
Mhm.
And so I got a wider view of the HBCU. And I think after just seeing everything, it would be a really good opportunity for me. So it's definitely my options for sure.
Mr. Johnson was amazing on
He
the trip. He was
was.
hilarious.
He was
We
funny.
literally
Mr.
loved him.
Johnson.
Yes,
We
yes.
did.
We miss him.
What did you think about the HBCUs?
I kind of was surprised that they're known for their business aspect, even though I really like business too.
Yes.
That's
And,
real.
Other things that really caught my attention was I can't think of another one.
I don't know. I
It's
just like the Atlanta trip in general. You
Yeah.
know, going to a new city, seeing different stuff, and it was just like eye opening to like see like a big city compared to Saginaw, how Saginaw is, and you know, it was just eye opening, and going to different places like the Georgia Aquarium. That was actually my favorite part. It was probably
Oh,
the
guys,
aquarium.
we got to mention the man singing.
Oh,
He did
What's he
amazing.
The man singing at the aquarium.
Oh, he did amazing.
Extend
We,
your
if we
mind.
could add that clip in here, it'd be, I don't think we can, but guys, just know he did amazing.
he was a great singer. You know,
We miss him. We miss him a lot.
respect to
I
him.
But
And
I think my favorite part was we did other things and go to HBCUs. Like we tried new
Yeah.
food places. We did a lot of the aquarium. We did the skating. I think the skating was the funnest part. For me.
I like the Six Flags, but although it was interesting when we went to some of them culture places, for example, when we got to see pictures of the people.
Yes, that
up
was
in-
crazy.
We actually got to saw a live picture of a person getting hung, which
Oh.
was crazy.
It was
Oh,
very
Because I've
actually,
never,
The little girl in the background was smiling.
yeah, and
Was that the
a
Martin
girl in the
Luther King?
background was smiling. Although it's crazy to see, but like it's really what happened in our culture back then.
and it's history that we needed to
So-
learn and needed to know. As,
yeah, we needed to see that. We need to learn it as young adults. So
Yes, as Mr. Amos O'Neill said, they're trying to erase history. We need to know like what we need to understand.
Exactly.
That was really research for us. Like he mentioned that
It
we
really
need to really
was.
know and understand, and that was a great part of the trip, knowing and understand. Just even if we can get small details like that.
that's
It
why
was
I think
amazing.
that was the most interesting because I've never seen that before. I always heard it. You know?
I think it was too because like some people in our group, I want to say like all, but some people in our group didn't even know like they did that back then.
right.
So it's just cool to really get like what really happened there, and you know
Yeah.
that was the MLK Museum, right?
Yeah. And I
Yes.
found out that
Mm.
like after we successfully won the war, the colored people would come back home, and then
Mhm.
that's when they would get hung.
Yeah.
Which is crazy
Yes.
because
And they would
we-
like light the stakes on fire in front of their. That was, and Miss Nicole gave us some very good information backing it up. Like she knew a lot. She gave us a
Yeah.
lot of good information, even than what they were telling us. It was amazing.
Even she was mad at like looking at it sometimes.
Little
She was a little- she was a little upset about what
Tiny
they
bit,
were
tiny
doing,
She just
but
kept putting her head down. She was,
kept putting her head down.
but the information was great. She was giving us. It was amazing.
It was great.
Yeah.
I really like walking down his little street. You know, they have like they
Yeah.
fully remodeled like his whole entire street, houses, everything. You can't even.
That's what I
You
like
could see
that.
the difference. You could literally
I like
see
that
the
too.
difference.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
It was a busy street
Yes.
though.
It was very big.
And then we went into the first black fire officer. I think.
Oh, the fire trucks.
Yeah, the fire
The fire
trucks.
truck.
Because like he explained that when we would call the people, like they would
They would call and
They
then
wouldn't come.
if you're black, you couldn't get like
A lot of help.
any service
Mm-mm.
because of it. So then, you know,
That
the
was pretty
first
sad.
one.
Very sad.
I don't
Gonna
remember
be
his
a
name, but I
firefighter.
sure,
Yeah,
I sure remember.
we know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
Yes.
So Romeo, what you got for the rest of the summer?
Me, I just really hope my parents and my family get off their butt and we get to go somewhere. I'm tired of sitting in the house.
Where
Actually,
did you wanna
what was?
go?
Yeah, where would you want to go?
Right, where do you want to go?
Most of my family's in somewhere in Carolina.
Have you
Do
been?
you know which Carolina?
No, I just forget every
You
time.
don't
I
north
leave.
or south?
I just know there's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of bugs.
Rich, I hate bugs.
I hate them too.
That's ridiculous.
I mess with bugs. You know, only some bugs for real though. Like
That's-
spiders.
it's
I mess with
crazy,
spiders because they kill other stuff.
Do you
Mosquitoes.
like spiders?
Mosquitoes don't need to live.
Guys, one of
I'm
our
being
other
honest.
teens, Mari, she's so scared of spiders.
Ooh.
It's ridiculous. Mari is so scared.
Spiders are chill.
I remember we were at camp last summer. She saw a spider. She literally
Oh yeah, she screamed.
she's so scared of spiders, and I don't know why, but she's in the audience right now, guys. She's kind of looking crazy. I don't think she does.
No, I think
Yeah.
that's it from us.
It is. It should be it.
You know,
We had a great time interviewing. It was amazing. All the information we got, it was very.
very welcoming from Atlanta.
Yes, thank
and
you, Amos O'Neill, for coming.
Yes, we
Thank
appreciate
you.
you so
Thank you.
much.
Really
That was
appreciate you.
amazing.
I don't think he heard this.
And thank you to everyone watching this.
He'll see it.
Thank you.
And hope you have a great rest of your year.
That's it for Gotta Grace Teen Talk. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.